Checking your physique, I don't think I could want you anymore. Chilling with your girl, I'm jealous that I can't just run over and take you on the floor. And I don't wanna cross nobody, I know it's never worth the pain, but I can feel your eyes run down me, and all my sense just floats away. You got me in that dilemma, oh, oh, oh. 'Cause boy, you were fine looking.
Hey, how's it going? Welcome back. Second day of the year streaming this, so day 15 I think of working on this project. Obviously not consecutively, taking a bit of a break. It's second day consecutively. Yesterday I was working on some stuff in this project where what were we doing yesterday? We were adding the participants down the right hand side here and also making it so you can customize these. You can see I've already put my name in there. Not actually me who spoke this. We're currently using this kind of test podcast, this remote Ruby Rails World podcast as a test for building out this project. So we need to update the name because the name of speaker 1 is wrong. The other thing we need to do here is match speaker 1 on here. This should say the name that's here. There's a couple of things that we're working on this day, and we're going to continue and jump straight back into working on that. And yeah, we'll kind of jump into it. I don't think there'd be much to hang around on. I haven't even opened up code editor yet, so we'll do that. I'm still using VS Code, still trying to use Emotions. I think I'm going to try and use less of the mouse today for selecting stuff. We'll see how that goes. If it gets annoying, I'm going to have to disable Emotions because I was fighting it yesterday. And I think that's because I was using the mouse and trying to use the old way with the new way. I need to just choose one of the ways. We'll see. Cool. Everything seems fine. Let's jump into it. So I think the first thing I want to do is be able to make it so I can edit these. Like, we've got 8 participants and I want to be able to change these. I think that actually, like, I keep talking about participant, speaker. The meeting can have a bunch of participants. I think you need to map them to speakers. I think they are different things, and so one of the things that I'm doing here, perhaps, is I need to structure this in a different way in how I'm doing it at the moment. At the moment I'm calling this participant, I've got speakers. That's one thing to consider. I have a speaker here. What's our controllers doing? What controllers do we have? We have a participants controller. And I guess really what we're doing here is editing a participant. In some cases though, we're creating a participant. So we're kind of like in this weird kind of create but not create situation. So I need to build a turbo frame around this, and I'm going to have like some sort of edit link. The edit link is going to go to participant / edit maybe. In this case there is a participant and we are just editing that participant. In this case we might be linking. Let's do this one first. Let's just edit this. So we know we're editing a participant. Def edit and update. Meetings controller. There is a. I see. That's not a good one to go to, is it? Recordings controller. Also not going to go to apparently. The meta controller as update and edit. Edit is the view, update is the patch put. So that's fine. We'll go back to the participants controller. The date. This will be the get flash. I need to work out where this route is, right? So let's open up our routes. We don't currently have a resource for participants. I feel like they should go. There he is. Hey Chuck, how's it going? Resource participants. Goes there. So this is going to be /meetings/ID. Trying to sort out audio and webcams. That sounds fun. And yours is a complex setup as well, so that's extra fun. Flash. Edit ID. I actually don't know. Is this? I think that's just ID. Edit. And then this one will be the patch/put an ad. I'm sorry. ID/edit. I think it's just that one, isn't it? Thank you for the subscription, even if it was just to avoid the ads. I don't know what you mean. I do run the ads on auto like every hour just so to avoid the pre-roll. I hate pre-rolls. I actually find them really annoying. And then it also gives me a reason to take a break, so sometimes I take a break when the ad comes up. But it's annoying that the bit that annoys me, a break bloody part-timer. The bit that annoys me with the ads is that like you have to have one at the very beginning of the stream. So it's like, where do you put it? Like you start the stream and just have ads straight away, or do you delay? I think default is like to wait a few minutes. Yeah, they're like 3 minutes of ads. I think you have to run at least 3 minutes every hour. And 3 minutes is a good time to like take a quick break, grab a drink or whatever. But yeah, the first one's annoying because I'm like, I've just started streaming. Why? It's annoying. Like, what am I doing here? I want to do the portion set meeting. Private. There. Meeting. I must have done that for something like the meta controller. Yeah. Shift V, yank, participants, controller. Blech. Navigating round with J, K, L and H is weird still to me. Actually, I think I've set meeting, but actually I should also do a before action, which is set participant. Shift G. Yeah, set participant. Participant. Actually, it's like meeting.participants.find params ID. That'll at least get me the edit, and then I can go in here and go the edit.html.erb. Editing. That won't stay like that. Speaker. Guess I'll put the turbo frame in here. Should be. No, what am I doing? H, X. Back there. I don't think I'm doing the turbo frame right. Turbo. Reference. I just need an ID. All it needs. ID equals. I guess what we'll do in here is have a DOM ID of the speaker.participant. Or even the speaker index actually, because the participant might change. And that's just a number, so I don't need DOM ID. Speaker.index. Speaker underscore. I think I need to actually have a speakers controller that's editing the speakers differently. This is the bit that I was a bit stuck on. Am I dealing with the speaker or am I dealing with the participant? Well, if I'm editing the speaker, I might change the participant. I might go, actually, it's not Josh, it's Bob. Bob might be a different participant. I could effectively change participant, they're separate. I feel like I'm complicating this in a way that I don't need to make it complicated. I've got a list of speakers. I intend on having a list of participants, and some of those participants will be speakers. What are you working on? Hey Flavio. I am working on a project that will you upload a recording of a meeting and it turns it into minutes. So you go in, you add your meeting, give it a name, and apparently it's broken at the moment. Yes, because there's no transcript yet. Okay, that makes sense. Middle way. But you upload your meeting, and then yeah, I've broken all of those ones. You upload your meeting. Apparently everything's broken. Not that one. Where's the one that was working? This one. You upload your meeting, and then we use AWS, Amazon Web Services to transcribe the meeting based on the audio or the video recording that you uploaded. And then you can, we're currently working on the kind of transcript editor. So in here you can kind of go in and say, actually, this was speaker 1 or speaker 0. You can make any fixes if there was stuff that was not quite right. That was said by someone else, you can go in and change it, that sort of thing. And once you've done all of that, then we'll be using OpenAI to turn that into minutes, pull out key actions. That's the plan, anyway. At the moment, we're currently working on this bit here on the right hand side where we allow us to kind of name the speakers. Obviously, speaker 0, speaker 1, speaker 3 doesn't really tell us much, especially if at some point we need to work out what actions speaker 1 has. It's like, well, who is speaker 1? I don't know. So currently we're trying to work out how to build this bit of UI on the right hand side, and how we kind of that experience there. I number all my friends. Friend 5. I feel like five is an acceptable number. I like 5. Speaker is basically the same. Yeah, speaker's a weird word here as well. You can also have silent speakers, which means they didn't speak, which is a weird thing to say, but anyway. So this is now in a turbo frame. That just means navigation happens within it, so I don't need to... So I could add a link in here that just says link to edit meeting participant path. Is that correct? And we'll go here and just say edit. Yeah, I don't think that path is going to exist. Participants. Edit. Meeting participants. Not quite right. Which means that I got my roots wrong. Oh, it's meant to be resources. Still not quite right. What? Edit meeting participant path. No route matches. Oh, because I need to pass in the... this is when I get a bit weird on the old... Speaker dot participant dot meeting. That's a bit weird. There must be speaker dot meeting, right? We've got speaker transcription. Let's go in here and just add delegate. I'm going to delegate meeting to the transcription so we can access it. Speaker dot meeting. Like what meeting was the speaker in, and then the speaker participant. Those are the two things we need to be able to go to that path. ID is nil. I've made a SAS2 for quickly sharing code among co-workers. It's not yet public. Can you give me some feedback? Positive or negative? Make me cry when you have time, of course. Yeah, sure, that'd be cool. Do you have a link or anything? Is there We're delegating that to the transcription. Does the transcription have a meeting? Yeah, which is delegating it to the recording. Passing it all the way back up. Yes, code is hot.com. Alright. This is quite cool. The home for your code you are most proud of. Like the GitHub gists. Oh, but I see there's like an image type thing. It's for quickly sharing code among co-workers. Use code like experience, code highlights. Merry Christmas. Go waste your precious time by closing these windows. Oh, okay. Ah. Okay, now past 2.8. That's quite cool. A little interactive thing. Manage your collection. Okay, cool. Are the about and the homepage the same? Oh no. So when you go there, now it just goes to here. Okay. And then the about is the snippets. I guess these are things that other people have uploaded. It is hot. Is that my window below it? No. VS Code extension. That's quite cool. That placeholder really bothers me. I don't know why. This is a really tiny design thing, but like the text, the placeholder like texts that was there was like not, it was kind of left of the cursor. That's minor. This is kind of cool though. I don't know, like I've never really felt a need to use these kind of things. Does this turn into an image as well? Yeah, save image. I've seen them like used for like sharing on like Twitter and stuff like that. Yeah, it's a fake placeholder. Yeah, it just wasn't quite aligned, so it gave it away. I was like, where's that going? I feel like I'd use this if I had some code that I just wanted to quickly share though, online somewhere. Or like a blog post type thing, that'd be quite cool. Do you have an image export, but perhaps maybe like an embeddable or some sort of like code generation thing that you could stick in a blog post or something? That'd be quite cool. Suppose you've got the link to that bit of code. Public snippets, code shop. What's the sign up about? Guess that's stuff like private. Yeah, private down there. You have a new section called collection. Oh, I see that. That's cool. Yeah. Then you can put it in a folder. See. Yes. I have to go create the folder somewhere else. I guess I didn't. Yeah, I didn't publish it, right? So that would have been. JavaScript, 9 numbers. Say hello to console.log. Hello. Say hello. Why can't I type? There we go. This is pretty cool. Why is it crossed out name there? It's odd. It crosses out the name then. That should be valid code, is it not? Say hello is not defined. Yeah, but doesn't it hoist the JavaScript function usually in normal? Obviously in here it's evaluating it one line at a time, but if that was an actual file, I suppose it would be different. It still crosses out the name there. Don't know what that's about. This is cool though. Again, I didn't save it, which is a problem that I kind of click away and then lose my thing. That would probably be the main thing. I should actually publish something. What do I have that's like something that's actually worth publishing? I don't know. Perhaps one of these, like the clamp generator or something. Yeah, I keep forgetting to click publish and then I go away. Clamp generator.js. JS, publish. What is the... Oh, it resets the size. Merry Christmas. Code is hot. Cool. I like it. Nice. Yeah, I don't find myself needing this, so it's kind of hard to give feedback, I guess, sometimes for some of the stuff like this. I suppose when I usually have something like that, I would normally just use the gists. I have a few things in there. But again, I don't even use this that much. I use it like once in a blue moon, 3 years, 6 years ago, 3 years ago, 5 months ago. I think this was a legitimate use case of like, I wanted to share something with a coworker around how to use GraphQL subscriptions. So perhaps I could have used this for that instead. And then I'd have had a link, right? So I could have gone in here and like JavaScript, GraphQL subs, JS, maybe make this one private, publish it. And then here I've got my 2 files. And then share. And I could have grabbed a link. Oh, but if it's private, then you can't share it. Because I get the feeling like if it's public, it's going to appear in here, right? But if I was sharing it with a coworker, if like that's the main use case, then I probably want to be able to share it without it going into like a public snippets directory. Yeah. The other thing that I would probably, like, you've used Google for the sign in, I'd probably recommend like GitHub maybe login for, like, I tend to favor GitHub login for anything that's like technical dev related. But I suppose it depends on like what sort of audience you're kind of targeting as well. Not that there's anything wrong with the Google one, but that's probably more of a minor thing. I think what else as well, like, I'm wondering whether you could do anything with like Slack or anything like that. That's usually how I would have shared snippets as well. If it's a very short snippet, I probably would have just dumped it in Slack message to someone that I work with. Although I know a lot of companies now are using Teams a lot more, so I probably wouldn't have dumped it in Teams. I'd use any excuse I can to get away from that hellhole of Teams. So maybe I would have used that instead. Yeah, we can build an extension for Slack. What's the plan with the VS Code? Or just to kind of quick export of code into snippets, I suppose? I do quite like this homepage that you've built. One thing that tip that I got for headlines that I can't read any website without thinking about anymore, is that like coming up with a headline with the prefix of like now you can save the code you're most proud of. Give the code you're most proud of at home. If that's the main kind of job to be done, main kind of purpose of the product, just having that kind of now you can just help to connect like what it is that this helps you, what progress does this service help you make in your life. That's right, no worries. Hope it helps. Yeah, it looks cool. And is your plan to have this, is this like an open source thing, or is this open source? Or is this like, are you planning on monetizing it in some way, or just building it out as like an advertising type thing? Do you have a plan with that? Follow. Cool. Not yet, actually. So let's go powerful. I might just add in actually speaker.participant is nil. Oh, because not all of the speakers have participants, right? So in that case, they should all have a meeting though. Let's just go over here and just say if speaker.participant. Like we only want to. There we go. So we now only have the edit button on the one that actually has a participant. Content missing. That's fine. content missing is because I don't have a turbo frame in that page, so it doesn't know what to render, and that might be where we run into this problem. We'll go with it for now, I think. Turbo frame ID equals participant dot, actually it's like at participant dot speaker index, I think. Is it speaker underscore? Yeah. Turbo frame. And then we'll have the H1 in here that just says editing. Yep. Okay, cool. I guess we'll have form with the participant.meeting participant, and then we'll have form.text field for the name. All right. Is the idea, and then we'll just add quickly a form.submit button just to kind of pull something quick together. And then that should error because I haven't set up, but I think we're gonna have an action. Participants 1. And then at the moment that's just returning a response which has just failed. Yeah, I'm not doing anything right now. I added the root, but I didn't doing anything with the data. I will need participant params, and that will be params.require participant. Is that right? Let's just check meta and then permit, yeah. Participant controller. What was it? My mind's just gone blank. Meta controller. Permit. And then we are going to take the participant. Such a horrible word to type. I'm going to take the participant and then... Is it update? How did I do it with the meta controller? Yeah, .update. I don't know why. And then we'll take the participant params. Params, there we go. If we can update it, else we're going to do something else. If we update it, then we're going to redirect to the participant meeting participant path. Otherwise, we're going to render the same form. Basically this, render edit status unprocessable entity. And obviously I need the meeting in there as well. at meeting, right? So we already have it in there. And then that's going to then require a show.html.erb. Yeah, I'm gonna have to separate these out, I think. At the moment I've got like participants and speakers, and they are kind of separate things. But for now we'll take the turbo frame from here and put it in the show. And then now we're in a bit of a weird predicament because that participant.speaker index is like that at participant.name, but then the speaker segments bit that can be at meeting and that can be at participant. We know we have a participant now, but we don't have the speaker, so perhaps we just need to do at participant.speaker at participant.speaker. And then I need to go to my participant and add way of getting the speaker, which is going to do speaker.new. That takes an index, okay, index, and it also takes the transcription, I think, which is the meeting transcription. Edit, update, edit, update. Actually, not the prettiest, but it kind of works. I actually don't know who this person is that speaks at this point in the thing. I know it's. I don't think it's Chris. I think speaker 0 is Chris. Oh, it's because I pressed back. That weird URL that I typed in. Is it 2 hours? I don't know. We'll have data type secondary in here. No? Oh, because I don't want that comma there, because there we go. That's correct. Now when I edit, it'll do that. Again, when I press back, when I've done stuff, it goes weird. I guess really I just want it to be on that field, but okay, so I can name one person because I manually added them in the database. I think the next step really is going to be adding or creating a new participant and setting them to a speaker. I think I'm gonna have to have. I need to really figure out what I'm doing here with these two different lists. The speaker is just a placeholder, but it's also how we connect to a specific. The problem is the speakers depend somewhat on the transcript, because if I delete all of this, the speakers will disappear. The other bit that probably needs sorting is this 8 unidentified. Let's maybe do that next quickly. That's in the list. And that's participant list. As dot select. _1 dot speaker. Select where there's not a speaker. Count. Unidentified model speaker. Oh, it's not. It's participant. There we go. Now we got 7. I deleted all of those. We'd have 1 unidentified. Sweet. That was a quick and easy one to do. Can't wait for the new version where I can just do it.participant. _1 looks so weird. I think I need a separate controller for the speakers and the participants, and then they're probably both going to have very similar views, but I think they are different, and that's going to just simplify some of this. So I think let's do that. Let's go. It's not what I wanted to do. We will go. Let's close everything. Or cd into app/models, app controllers. We'll touch the speakers controller, RB, class speakers controller, application controller. And what we will do in here, probably very similar to the participants controller. VWXI speakers controller, like that, isn't it? I need a good way of selecting the word VW that I'm currently in. I don't know. Set speaker. And then there. Speaker.new params ID. And then the meeting, right? No, yeah, meeting.transcription. I wonder if I should just be passing the meeting in here and then just grab the transcription out of that in the speaker. I'll leave it as meeting.transcription. I feel I'm just passing transcription around a lot. This is going to be speaker params. This is going to be speaker. And what we're going to do is write this in a way that allows us to pass down the... We're going to pass down the participant. We can work out if we're creating a participant or not. Or just editing a participant that already exists. I think that's the best way of doing that. Meeting, speaker, path. And then we can do speaker update. There isn't a speaker update. It's a fake thing. Fugazi. So I need to figure out what's going on here actually. To do, figure this out. And then we'll change this to speaker. I think it's speakers, right? Technically. And then same with these are participants. Okay, so what are we figuring out here? We kind of have two routes. One, are we creating a new speaker? Not speaker, participant. Are we editing a current participant? I think I can do it like that. And then I can work that out with the model and the form to work out whether we're creating a new one or an existing one. Because what I can do is I can grab the current participant, like participant here. Yeah, let's build the form and then I can debug it a little bit and see where it gets to. We'll need some new views. We're going to have a speakers folder here, and we'll have a what are we going to have in here? I don't know. Probably a speaker HTML ERB. That's probably going to be very similar to... I think I'm going to have to wrap the whole LI in the speaker. That probably makes more sense. And then we can do that. This is going to be the edit meeting speaker path. And I think we have to pass the index here because it's an ID. In fact, let's just pass the speaker and then I'll figure that out. In fact, let's just do that here as well. Like, I think what we'll do is we'll make this an active model compatible object, which will allow all this stuff to work. Okay, speaker. And we're going to break a lot of stuff in the process here, I think. We'll go to roots because we added that new controller. Resources, speakers. I think I need to go to the speaker model, and this now becomes change that to speakers. Speaker. And actually, I think what we're going to do in here is like include or extend. I'm going to come back to that bit. Let's just see what we've got. Should be broken. Yeah, because there's no .do key. And I think if I add this active model, does that fix it? It does, but now we've got this other problem where we're trying to... That's because this... Not that one. Yeah, this one. Let's just comment that out for now. Oh, that is the old one. This one. The problem here is it's saying it's null, right? It's missing a key ID. Okay. Goes round the other way. Okay. Why is the spacing gone all skewy? I mean, there are a bunch of turbo frames now, but perhaps class gap small. That is what was on here, right? And then there's cluster. Cluster's happening because that's that bit. And then perhaps in here we do the div with the cluster. Cluster gave... It's a bit weird. I guess because it has a class. Not sure why cluster got rid of the thing there. And then... Gap small. Still looks different. I don't know why. Bit weird. Yeah, I didn't think that was going to work. Why does the speaker's controller... What? Weird. Undefined method for set speaker, that's down here. I'm expecting to see, yeah, that's what I'm expecting to see. Let's then put that in there. It should be the same as this. Now, I need to work out exactly where I want to put the turbo frame, because the turbo frame determines, so if I did it at the moment, I refresh this, I press edit, and obviously I need to edit that form a little bit. At the moment we're using this. This is now at speaker.index. This is the speaker meeting, and this is the speaker index. Please use symbols for polymorphic root arguments. Sorry, what? Oh, just passing speaker. Okay. In here I need to figure out the bit that I actually need to do. At the moment it says create speaker as well, which is obviously because it's not persisted to the database. Rails form. Does this have anything about like nested forms, which is kind of what I'm doing? Yeah, builds for addresses. Okay, let's do fields. What was it? Form.fields for. Form.fields for the participant do. We're about to have another ad in 3 minutes apparently. I'm running pre-roll. I am running ads on the hourly basis just to avoid pre-rolls. Pre-rolls are shit. Oh, I need to... This is supposed to give me something, I think. Participant form. Is that right? And then if I went to speaker 2. Okay. But this name is speaker name. It doesn't want to be speaker name. What? I'm in the right place. Oh, it needs to be the participant form. And now this is going to break. Yeah, it should be empty because it's a new participant. Speaker 1 should have a name. Because there should be a participant. Unless I've got this part wrong. Okay, and then the permit part, which is the bit that I hadn't quite got to, but this part down here needs to be like we accept participant name. Is that right? Oh, it's an array. Name. So we're going to require speaker to have a participant, and that's going to include a name. And that's kind of what we're trying to do. And then in here, when we create the speaker, that participant name is going to be there. Fields 4. That's an active record thingamabob. I kind of need to rebuild myself. Speaker participant name. Let's close all these. I'm getting a little bit overwhelmed with all the things that are happening here. So we have our speaker. It has a participant there. I guess really what we're doing here, or transcription.meeting.participants.build. That's kind of what's happening here, right? And then the name here can be set to the name. Or otherwise speaker index, right? Because I don't want to create a loop here. This name depends on the participant, so. And then actually what we're doing up here is delegating the name to participant. Doesn't necessarily mean the participant exists, but we're kind of referencing it through that. Actually, I think because of that, we want to bring it up. It's actually quite important detail. And more that's making me think this should be meeting, not transcription. We should delegate transcription to the meeting. How's that looking? Those names are all in there still, which is good. That's not broken, that part. There really ought to be a find by and create. Rails find by or create. Find or create by. Create is going to actually store in the database though. Means I kind of want a find or build by. Find. But I don't think there is one of those. No. That's fine. Why is this form not working? This form takes in the speaker, which should be this, and should show me the form field for that participant's name.
Easy love I can show on the outside, it's not that simple. When it's tough, I don't show how I feel looking out my window. I get caught living in these thoughts, but I'm never for a second I forgot. You can run, you can hide, you can slide back. Give it time, ease your mind, you're so fine now. You can run, you can hide, you can
Thinking.
just don't fight alone. You will find your way back home.
Using form with.
Find your way back
Fields 4. Ah. That's different. What's fields 4? Let's say we want to render a form with a set of fields for each of the person's addresses. Okay. So perhaps I need to do that, where it's alright, fields for. What was this one? That is still fields for. Index. Address.id. Okay, but then down here there's like this other thing that's just like, oh, the model needs to be configured for this one, I think. But we're not a active record thing, right? So really I just need to pass the index into fields for, which there might not be one. So in here, what I'm doing, I think, is passing index speaker.participant.id. Fields for address. Yeah, I need to go back to here. It doesn't break. There's one, which makes sense, but then like 2 doesn't have an ID, right? So also can I just do fields for the speaker participant? Okay. 2. Speaker 2. Okay, that works better now. So I'm saying I want the fields for the participant. Here's the participant form. That's their name. I feel like I should have another input of some kind. This says create speaker as well. That needs to change. I mean, actually, could I not just use that? update, create. Action create could not be found on the speaker's controller. Is that create on all of them? Yeah, it's going to create because it thinks this doesn't exist, which arguably it doesn't. URL. I think there's a URL thing here. Let's go back to here. But we'll have edit now. Content missing, content missing. They shouldn't have content missing. Speaker 1. Are these different in some way? Speaker, new speaker. I think that's because now that I've made this a active record thing, we need to delegate, or not delegate, alias? I don't know. Def ID is equal to index. Speaker 0. That's because on the speaker I'm using the DOM ID now, so I can get rid of that. Speaker 0. And I can probably do the same here, right? Yeah. Now I edit. Undefined value speaker, it needs an @ symbol. Now when I go in here and edit, create, update, edit, create. They now all have participants, which is good. Class, text small. It's a bit big at the moment. Right, okay there, like that. Just condenses it down a little bit. Perhaps we'll put a bullet or something in there. Separate the two. Go there. And then we'll can I set the colour of that as well to like the text Elorus 500. 600. Edit. Kind of. Yeah, okay. Okay. Getting closer. Speaker /1/edit. That now has the name in there. Is that because this speaker, it has an ID now? Speaker. Where is speaker.new used? I think I am going to change this to be meeting. Then we're going to delegate transcription to meeting. And then we're going to have the ATA reader for the meeting. The other thing that I think I can do, now that I've done this, I think I can just do ATA accessor. ATA accessor. And then I can actually get rid of that. And this is just going to be the ID now. Yeah. And then I don't need that. We are just going to use the ID of the speaker. In all of these places. And I don't know if I even need to do that anymore. I think it makes that for me, but I'll squeak that in a second, one thing at a time. ID, and then the meeting is the meeting. What's going on here? ID is index. The meeting is at meeting, although actually meeting is at a reader there, and then same here, meeting. The speaker is new speaker with the speaker index and the meeting set. And then here, the ID is set. The speakers based on the total speakers, which is based on the transcript. And then that is set there. Now if I refresh this screen, everything is broken because it's like, where is index? Speaker index, because index doesn't exist. This here can now be set to DOM ID of the speaker. I can just pass the speaker there now as well. No. .id. Still needs passing manually in a few places like that. Don't know why. Okay, cool. That's cleaner. Then we'll also see if we can drop this. Do we need that? No. No. Cool. The accent colours can be a const, doesn't need to be set at runtime. Okay. So at the moment this form is still going to the wrong place, I think is the main problem. We edit, create, goes to the wrong place. It's creating when it should be updating. I think that's because when I pass in the model in here, it goes, nah, doesn't exist. It's null. Let's ask ChatGPT. A question. I'm creating a plain old Ruby object in a Rails app. I want to use it. Rails. I've included active model concern. I want to use it with form with model, my model, and have it all update when the form is submitted. Currently it tries to create, not update. I don't know. That'll be enough. Yes, that's what I want. Yeah. I think that's the bit. Like, persisted is kind of true here. Initializes a new object. Find or initialize. Interesting. So I think the thing that I need to add in here is this, and just say true, and then okay, that has made a change. I'm not doing anything in that. I'm just redirecting, supposedly. So I create, and what it does is does a patch request and then does a 302 redirect, but because we're inside this frame, redirecting, and actually that doesn't have any content right now. We have the show, but we're not rendering anything because there's no show. In fact, the show, yeah, there is no show. What we'll do quickly is we'll just add a show in here, and we will render the speaker. I think that's all I need to do. We create no implicit, that's because this now needs to be .2i if it's not already a number. Update. Okay, cool. And then here, when I click edit, create, edit. Okay. Obviously, it's not persisting those changes. That's the next step. But we are coming into here. So when I do edit this one, and I'm in here, in fact what we'll do is we'll go back to this URL. When I'm in here and I click edit, there is I obviously have this input for the speaker's participant name. I think I also need one for like the ID, and then if the ID is blank, we know we're creating a new participant. The ID is set, and we know we're setting the participant ID. I kind of need to know if it's changed and do something different in that case as well. Because that could be a reality at some point, that you change the participant ID. Yeah, let's not worry about that bit too much right now, but let's make sure that when we're in here, we have a participant form.hidden field ID. What we should have now is next to this. That speaker, this is confusing, because this would be one, wouldn't it? Is it one because it's the index of one, or is it one? Let's Rails C participant first. Let's see, P equals participant first, P.speaker index. We'll make them the third speaker, and then we'll do P.save. So now when we refresh this, Chris isn't third speaker anymore, first speaker. He's now index number 3. And that's what I thought. It's still value 1. Oh no, that's good. It's still value 1, which means that actually this relates to the index of the ID of the participant, not the ID of the speaker. The ID of the speaker is here, number 3. And so, yeah, I can P.speaker index 0, P.save. I can kind of easily move these speakers around. He's now 0. That's pretty cool. But for another field where it's like 2, there's no value. So we know that if there's a value for that, then we are creating And if there is a value, then we... speaker params dot... Can I have Copilot on, please? Enable completions. Figure this out. What are we doing here? If... No. Maybe I should be doing this in the speaker model. Not sure. Not sure. If... What do I need to do? I need to check if participant has an ID. If not, create a new participant. If it's blank, meeting participants create. Else, end. Something like that, yeah. Is that right? What's right is that the music stopped and I need to find some more music. Is that meant to be? Oh, why is there a line here? What's this line trying to tell me? Expected to close the... Oh, I see. ChatGPT got it wrong. Actually, it's because I had merge. Yeah. What if I do like what do I need to do here? Like I'm trying to get the participant, and that's either going to be updates an object and saves its database. Yeah, that's what I want to do. What I need to get in here though is like if a way that allows the errors to be Copilot, open completion panel. Give me a solution that's decent. for here. Speaker participant assign attributes. Yes, because obviously the speaker participant does actually exist. We create it every time. And so all we need to actually do is save. Yeah. Is that inactive record Rails does calling update on a object that has not yet been persisted work? No. But I can call save, right? What? Update. Yeah, so save works it out, so I just need to work out how to assign the name appropriately. Yeah, so I can just do that. That's probably the easiest way. It's only the name, right? So speaker participant dot name equals speaker param's name. If save, if it works correctly, we'll redirect, else we'll render edit with the status unprocessable entity. I don't know how we're going to pass the errors up. There aren't really any errors, so it at least captures an issue if there's like some sort of weird database problem or something. So Bob, create. Not quite. We had this one. Participant.all. Speaker 2. Speaker index didn't get set. So that's a problem. We've now got this like loose participant. Participant.last.destroy. Then we only have that one. Got dark all of a sudden. When did that happen? What am I doing here? This mostly should work, but maybe there's something weird about this. When we build this speaker, we really need to be setting the meeting, which we already are because we're building off the meeting, but really we should be setting the speaker index as well. Which was one of the core issues. The other issue was that this didn't seem to really work. Don't know why. Bob. Create. And then so the speaker index got saved that time. But we still didn't quite thread. Update. Still not quite setting it. Perhaps if we put the speaker... Let's see, let's grab this. Fred. Did we get Fred in here? Name is Fred. Speaker, participant, name, Fred. ID 3. We aren't creating a new one for each person, right? Hopefully. No, so we updated this in theory. Did we even update it? I don't even know. Oh, well, don't do that. Tester. Okay. It's creating them. It's not like updating the name though. Perhaps in here I should also put some new lines that usually. Hello. Hello. And if I update. Okay, participant. Got a name. We put their name after. Head. Speaker 2. This doesn't seem to be setting. I know why now actually, because this does this every single time. Rather than like persisting this one, it's build. If I did that, then it does it. So we're referencing the same object each time, whereas every single time I was calling participant, I'm calling a different participant. It's generating it from scratch. Every time I look at participant, it's finding one or it's building one, new one. So now if I do this, changes the name of the participant. Ted. Right. So now when I go back to here, I can go in here. Rob. I don't know who these people are, but we'll create. Ted. Jess. I don't know. I'm sure there's an Andrew in there actually. Let's see. Can we figure it out based on the names? Speaker 7 is Julian. Julian. Anyone else introducing themselves on here? Perhaps speaker 6. Vladimir. This is quite cool. quite happy with this. This works quite nicely now. Like there's some UI design stuff I need to tweak, but generally it works. Who was speaker 5? William. Speaker 4. The speaker 4 congratulate get introduced? Doesn't look like it. I don't know why I'm scrolling. I should be able to just go 10:02. So I can just scroll to 10:02. So that's where they start speaking. That's what I have to say. Congratulations. Yeah, anyway, I don't need to do that right now, but that kind of works. And now I've got 0 unidentified participants. There should be this one though. Interesting. Let's see, what have we got? We've got a lot of files going on. Let's do a bit of tidy up. So speakers, well, I'm not using this anymore. I can delete that one. Same with the edit on here. We don't edit the participant, we edit the speakers. And same with participant list. The participant list model that I have, I think it is a participant list. It talks about the speakers, but I think it will also talk about other participants that are like non-speaking participants. So that's fine. That means I actually don't need... Am I even using the participants controller anymore? I don't think I am. I'm going to delete that for now. Cool. Sweet. Okay, let's see. So I can delete these now, they're not needed. I think, yeah, let's review the PRs and then I might call it there. But today I've got some other little bits and pieces to get on with this afternoon, so coming up to 2 hours on this one. I feel like that's a good place to get this, and then tomorrow I think what I'm going to try and do is get the speaker 0 matched up with the names of the speakers here matched up with the names of the speakers here. So let's see, let's participant controller we've deleted. That's fine. We're not using that anymore. The speakers controller we are using. Let's just get that. That makes sense. Show edit update. You can't really delete a speaker through here. Probably should have some sort of thing where it only lets you show speakers that exist in the file, but we'll set. There's some validation I need to do at some point, but as a quick version, this feels okay. Meetings now have participants. Yes, they do. Participant list now uses speaker select. I think that's the bit that's interesting. 5, 6, 7, 3, 1, 2, 0. There's going to be a more efficient way of doing this, I'm sure. Find a more efficient way of doing that. That's fine. Participant just belongs to a meeting and has a speaker. The speaker is now an active model. It has the auto accessor for ID and meeting. We delegate transcription to meeting rather than pulling in transcription, delegating the meeting to it. Delegating the name to the participant. Participant is pulled in by finding by the speaker or building that participant. The speaker is always persisted. We can find the segments based on the transcription that's connected to the meeting. Yeah, that all looks good. We deleted that file, which we did. That was fine. Moved it into there, which is fine. Yeah. 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 We added the schema for creating the participants, so we've added a new table to our thing, wherever it is. Yeah, there we go. I did our migration to do that. Got our factory bot creating our person, and our spec, which is empty at the moment. One thing that I wanted to go back to actually while I'm thinking about it is with recording. Yeah, those are all broken, and that's because there is no transcription. And that's the participant list. Return 0 if transcription is blank. And actually the show for the meeting probably shouldn't even if the meeting transcription present, and we can do these things, otherwise we need to end. And then that just prevents any of the issues I was having when I was showing it earlier from occurring. And this one says that seconds can't convert a string into an exact number. So let's just go timestamp helper. Make sure that this has got 2i. For some reason, the first one has a bunch of seconds as fine. Cool. And then we'll exit out of that. Git commit. And then we will quickly add a new commit. And we'll add create and edit participants from speaker list. That makes sense. And then I'm going to take a quick ad break and I'm going to be right back, and then we'll see where we go from there. I think is the plan. I'll be right back. Back. Yeah. What next? Is probably a good question. So I think next we will try to get these speakers hooked up to these speakers. Let's just go back to, is it New Meet that I was doing this on? Yeah. So I've got a bug here that I need to solve with the 0 unidentified participants. And that's based on this. Also, I need to do performance optimization on this at some point, because I'm just making SQL queries all over the place. Look at this. Select, select, select. It's a bit extreme actually. If I refresh this page, yeah, that's far too much. When I select a meeting, can I just preload stuff? Rails, how to preload relationships when wearing Rails. Can I type properly? Include, preload. What's the difference? Include uses a left outer join. Eager load. Preloading separate queries. Or okay. Fine, I don't necessarily need that one. That one always uses preload and the joins. Includes, just includes. So if I went to the meetings controller, for example, and I find the meeting, dot includes, and I can say the participants. And then if I refresh this, I'm still fetching all of those participants. Yeah, I need to spend some time on that separately. I think that's like another kettle of fish. I mean, the core of it really is when I get to the participant list, I'm doing that. I wonder if I just go onto speakers, right? And then do like speakers, an array of speakers in the meeting. But it's kind of based on the transcript, right? This is where it's like, something more sense like that. Not sure. Participants. It preloads it here, like the first thing it does. I need to kind of follow it through the code, right? So it's like we do this meeting load in meetings controller ERB and same with that. And then there's this other load which is in the show for the recordings. Well, can I not just preload the recordings as well in here? So it's like recording. Is there only one? Must be. Okay. So all of those are in the meetings controller. Actually, I think it has moved one of those things. The active storage attachment, fine. That's its own thing. We then try and load the transcription from the recordings. So I think we'll do... Yeah. So these are all coming from speaker, line 9 in participant. Speaker. How can I do this more? Actually, I'll just pass you the whole speaker. How can I make my speaker participants more efficient? Where this assumes can I refresh this? It works. Refresh here. It's a lot less logs, a lot less querying going on there. But now something like this, does that still work? No, it hasn't worked because now it hasn't found, it hasn't detected it. It's meant it created a new speaker. I need it to be resilient to cases where the meeting participants have not been preloaded. Okay. It's a little bit more of a complexity. Okay, looks good, but maybe we can refactor, make it cleaner, dry. Find or build. Yeah. So basically, we're kind of saying found participant equals this. Generally hate writing code that. Yeah, generally hate writing code that looks like the result of the if condition. Perhaps I just go down here and just do like def find participant, and then and then we can just do find a participant or build a participant, basically is what this is saying. And if meeting association participants is loaded, then we can detect participant, otherwise find. Ugh, bit verbose, but that still works. Yeah, sweet. And in the case where we haven't preloaded because we can't, we can just make the request like we need to. Otherwise, we can just how would I preload a relation of a relation? My meeting has a recording which has a transcription. Can I like return? Okay. Okay. I'm guessing it's an array. So in here I can just say like the recording transcription. Yes, we make 4 requests and then it's active storage. We're loading this here in our show. Oh, what was it? Show HTML ERB. Doing recordings there as well. That's fine. That's the meetings controller. Active storage, transcriptions. Show a meeting. Is that one? Yeah. Yes. Where was it? This one? No, this one. 34. Meeting transcription present. I saw something about this recently. Query. Is there a more appropriate method to check it exists? I think exist is probably present. I think exist is probably what it is. Loaded. Any makes sense. Is there any transcription? Also, is this because I'm not going recording.transcription? Because I don't see one in here for the transcription, even though we call the exact same thing. Perhaps maybe just try that for a second and see if that's more. We have our 4 meeting participants recording transcriptions. 37, we're still. I think that's because actually the meeting does have the transcription through the recording. So why not just do it like that? Because if that's how I want to access the transcription, then that's probably more efficient. At some point it's going to call, right? Refresh. We'll do some new lines, we'll refresh, and we can see what we're calling. It looks more efficient. And then the next query is the active storage, which are these 2. And then everything else is that's it. So we've cut it down to 15.6 milliseconds. And if I get rid of this one line, I'm just going to disable the Vim mode. Because it's actually kind of done with it for a second. Okay, so 15.6 millisecond, the view was 67.6 millisecond. Active records the thing that I've changed the most, but it's those 2. And now it's 133.1 milliseconds and 69.3 milliseconds. So actually it makes a big difference. And this obviously wasn't helping, but yeah, 28.5. Nice, more efficient. Easy. Gitmoji. Performance. This is zap. Hey, how are you, Josh? I'm good, thank you. How's it going, Clara? Zap. Improve performance of meeting page. I was just enjoying with the coffee. What about you? Yeah, I'm good. Good, thank you. Push. just about wrapping up, I think, on this for now. By the way, busy last time we talked. I'm so much sorry. I was keep texting on Discord. It's fine. It's not a problem. Yeah, I'm terrible at getting back to people in general. So usually I'll message if I get a quick few seconds, and then I'll be busy with something else, so I have to jump off. So if I stop replying, it's usually because I've got caught up in something else. Much quicker now. Otherwise, we're talking about some ideas. Yeah. I'm trying to remember now. Trying to remember what they were about. Oh, it was like emotes and stuff. And I realised you're a great coder, man. Thank you. I'm alright. I'm alright. Do okay. I think I'm at a point where I was about to call it. So then I think about we do something related to robotics and codes. That's cool. I did do some stuff the other day. I was kind of starting to do some of my own emotes and stuff. I was playing around in Figma. I created a couple, like, got like a rubber duck theme going on at the moment. In programming, there's this concept around like rubber duck debugging. Yeah, duck. There's this concept in coding about rubber ducks, and the idea is that you have a rubber duck and you talk through the rubber duck about your problem that you're trying to debug, problem you're trying to solve, and just the process of walking through the problem gets you up through to solving the solution, solving the problem. Act of a developer explaining their code to a rubber duck in hope of finding a bug. And so there's a whole like bunch of like theme around that. I did start coming up with some little emotes the other day. I did a little hype one. That's one that I created. I've got some more as well, emotes, but I got some of those off of see? They were just some cheap ones that I just threw in there. So I'm kind of building up a bit of a theme around the rubber ducks. And then same with the sub badges as well. Got some eggs. Like, so first one is like an egg and stuff. But yeah. Yeah, I'm kind of trying to, I think that's the theme that I'm going down at the moment, because I can do a whole bunch of different things with them. I came across a store as well. There's a store in Amsterdam called like Rubber Duck, or Amsterdam Duck Store. So next time there's actually a whole bunch. I think there's some in France and various places, Milan. I need to go get a rubber duck from here at some point. I don't have a programmer one though, I don't think. But yeah, I have random ducks. Can do make a great theme on a duck. Yeah, that'd be cool. You share something in Discord, fair enough. Check Discord. They're quite cool. They're quite grown-up ducks. But yeah, something along those lines maybe. I feel like it still has to like tie into the rubber duck, but what's this? Introduce debugging to kids. Oh, it wasn't specifically about rubber duck. Oh no, it is. The cause of a bug is not readily apparent. There are other methods that can aid in the process. One of the best ways to master debugging is by teaching debugging. Young children can turn themselves into educators using what might be the cutest name of all processes in computer science, the rubber duck method. Get duck. What's this? Duckly. Okay, cool. There's like a blog. Here's how it works. Have a student find a rubber duck. Doesn't have to be a rubber duck. You can what toy will do. Have them explain the code to the toy, one line, and even one symbol, syntax choice at a time. Ducks are slow to understand, so the more detail in the descriptions, the better. Anyway, it's about 4 o'clock now, and I think I went on a little bit longer than I was planning on, so I'm probably going to have to call it here. Made some good progress, I think. Got this working on the side here. And we can edit the participant. I think tomorrow, there'll be a stream tomorrow, similar time. Don't know if I'm going to start earlier, but I'll definitely be on by 1 PM UK time. And I think the next step is getting the names in here to reflect the names here, and then we'll see where we go from there. I think if we can get that in, get these names in here. There's a few quality of life things that I want to improve and fix, but once I've got the names in there, it'd be quite cool to start maybe working on the next bit, or the agenda part. Agenda part might be the next part on the side, and so we'll figure that out. But yeah, changing these to be the speaker names on the side could be pretty easy. Yeah, and then we'll do the agenda part, and then need to figure out how we're going to put the agenda in here, and then we'll work on generating the minutes. I think that's good. We'll do that tomorrow. Thank you for all hanging out and being part of the stream. It's been good fun. I'll catch you tomorrow. Bye.